Single dad woke up to find the female CEO in his shirt. What she said left him frozen. He woke up to the quiet hum of the city and a weight of disbelief in his chest. Sunlight slipped through the blinds, landing on a woman he never expected to see in his small apartment. She stood by the window wearing his old flannel shirt, calm and thoughtful like she belonged there. His heart pounded as one question echoed in his mind. How did kindness lead to this moment? Just hours ago, his life felt fragile and ordinary. Now, it felt like one honest act had pulled back a curtain, revealing a truth he wasn't ready for, and words he would never forget. Before the story begins, take a moment to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more real stories of hope and humanity to you here on Heartfelt Moments. Now, let's begin. Mark Sullivan had learned to live with quiet sacrifices. At 36, he was a single dad raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, in a modest apartment outside Chicago. His day started before dawn, and ended long after Lily fell asleep. He packed lunches, braided hair the best he could, and worked 2 jobs, one at a small auto shop during the day and another delivering groceries at night. Mark didn't complain. He believed kindness was a muscle. You used it even when it hurt, especially when it hurt. One rainy evening after a long shift, Mark spotted a woman struggling beside a stalled car near the grocery store parking lot. She was soaked, clearly frustrated, and trying to wave down help. People passed by, headlights splashing water onto the curb. Mark could have kept driving. He was exhausted. Lily was waiting at home with her homework, but he pulled over anyway. "Car trouble?" he asked, offering a gentle smile. The woman looked up, surprised by his calm. "Battery's dead," she said. "I've been here 20 minutes. Mark didn't recognize her. No one did. She wore a simple coat, hair pulled back, eyes tired in a familiar way. He popped the hood, hooked up jumper cables, and got her engine running. When she tried to pay him, he shook his head. "Just pass it on," he said. She studied him for a moment, as if measuring something deeper than the favor. "Thank you," she said softly. "I'm Claire." "Mark," he replied. "Drive safe." That should have been the end of it. But fate had other plans. Later that night, Mark's phone rang. It was Claire. She'd found his number through the grocery app he delivered for. Her car had broken down again, this time near his apartment, and the tow truck was hours away. Against his better judgment, Mark invited her to wait inside. Lily was already asleep. The apartment was small but warm. Mark made tea, offered dry clothes, and apologized for the mess. Claire laughed. "This feels like real life," she said. "I don't get much of that." They talked about Lily, about loss, about how loneliness can follow you even in crowded rooms. Mark didn't know it yet, but Claire was the CEO of a major tech company, a woman who lived in boardrooms and penthouses. She didn't tell him. She didn't want to. When the tow truck finally arrived, it was nearly 3 a.m. Claire was shivering, exhausted, and embarrassed. Mark offered his couch. She hesitated, then nodded. That morning, Mark woke up early as always. He stepped into the living room and froze. Claire stood by the window wearing his flannel shirt, sleeves rolled up, hair loose around her shoulders. The city looked smaller behind her. She turned and met his eyes. "I owe you more than a thank you," she said. Mark blinked, unsure what to say. "You don't owe me anything." She smiled, but there was emotion behind it. I've spent years believing kindness was a transaction, she said. That people help because they want something back. But you didn't ask for anything. Mark shrugged. My dad taught me that when you see someone stuck, you stop. Claire took a breath. I'm the CEO of Horizon Tech, she said finally. And last night I was ready to quit. I felt empty, invisible. But you treated me like a person, not a title. Mark felt the room spin. CEO Horizon Tech. He knew the company. Everyone did. I don't know what to say, he whispered. Say yes, she replied gently. To what? To letting me help you the way you helped me. Over the next weeks, Claire didn't swoop in with grand gestures. She listened. She met Lily. She learned Mark's schedule and the weight he carried. Then, quietly, she made changes. She helped Mark get certified for a higher-paying role at the auto shop's partner company. She funded a community program for single parents without attaching her name to it. When Mark tried to thank her, she stopped him. This isn't charity, she said. It's kindness returning home. Their lives didn't turn into a fairy tale overnight. There were awkward moments, hard conversations, and long days, but there was also laughter, trust, and a shared belief that people matter more than positions. One evening, months later, Mark watched Lily play in the park while Claire sat beside him on the bench. The sun dipped low, ordinary, and perfect. Funny thing, Mark said, if I hadn't pulled over that night, Claire nodded. If you hadn't believed, kindness still mattered. That belief changed everything. Kindness didn't just fix a car. It rebuilt a life. It reminded two tired souls that compassion has a way of finding its way back, often when you least expect it. And maybe that's the lesson worth carrying with us today. You never know who's standing in the rain, waiting for someone to stop. A small act, a simple choice can open doors you didn't even know existed. So the next time you're tired, overwhelmed, or in a hurry, pause. Choose kindness. It might just change a life. Maybe even your own.